probably tell by the title, all this has to come out of the 650, and yeah, it's not gonna be fun, but I got everything unhooked actually. I just have to pop off the PCV breather. This is where actually you get your oil in your air box, for those who are wondering, when they get a little sideways in the mud hole or something. But the harness is right behind it, naturally. I'm gonna see if I can rotate it enough to get under the clamp, because I can just pop the harness out the whole side here. Oh, I got some people in here. Let's see here. Is there a chat going? I don't even know how to do this. Let's see. How do I get the chat going here? So I can see what you guys are up to. Right here. Yeah, we got a couple people in there. Oh, the heat's kicking on. What's up? This is going to be a fun time here. I got everything unhooked, mostly. It doesn't help, everything's packed completely with mud. I tried to clean the quad the best I could before swapping the motor, but of course naturally can't get every nook and cranny. I'm going to try to get this darn connector out here. Now hopefully we should be able to slide the harness right out through here. Yep. Just unhook the powered steering. You get some compressed air and blow that out real quick. Let's see what you guys are up to here. Let me go into the chat. How do I get into the chat here? What's going on, everybody? My title messed up. Oh, my bad. Yeah, darn. Yeah, so with the 850 here, I actually, when I bought the motor, I got everything as a package deal, and I actually got the wiring harness from the 850, which I found out is different than the 650, weirdly enough. Shouldn't be, but it is. I got the ECU that actually has a tune on it already from RVS, I think it is. So yes, I did swap the ECU. I swapped the gauge cluster, the key with the key module, so everything is basically all the electronics from that 2018 850 I bought this from is going into this. I already had it running, but the problem was the four-wheel drive didn't work because of some different wires. So unfortunately, the entire harness has to come out, and I could have repinned it, but unfortunately, this is easier. I already had the harness, and plus my 650, which is sitting over there, is actually going into my girlfriend's quad, so she's going to need all this for her quad. We're actually going to be filming that. I didn't film swapping this into this quad, unfortunately. There's a lot going on. I had to try to get it going. But when we put the 650 into the 500, we will be filming that. I just want to go live to show you guys what we're up to. Let me see who's in chat here. I wish I kept the chat up. It keeps disappearing on me here. Let's see here. Alright. Yeah, I think I botched the title a little bit. Alright. Let me see what I gotta do next. I gotta get some compressed air. Then we gotta blow out the I've been blowing out the connectors and using a little bit of electronic cleaner to try to keep everything clean, so we're not just putting dirt into all the connectors and stuff like that, which is obviously not good. Actually, the power steering is the last thing that's actually hooked up here. Keep picking up dust on myself. Let's see. Needle nose. This garage is a disaster and a half. There. I apologize to my dad about how this garage looks right now because it is a nightmare because of all this. Wow. Gonna need to pry up on that. Of course, all the winch stuff's right in the way. Can did not want this thing going anywhere. Holy crap. This connector's on there. Behind it, try it. There she comes. That thing's on there. Good. Thank God. Alright. Whew. Got it. Alright. Let's see if we can't yank this guy out. I might have to move some winch wires. We're going to see if I can pull all this through. Of course, we might pull it this way. It's like I'm pulling an octopus here or something. Trying to yank the winch wires out. Alright, I think we're out. Yay! Well, there's the 650 harness. This goes with this motor here. Let's see who's joining us here. Got 10 people, nice. Hanging out. Let's see here. No messages yet. Alright. Let's see what you guys are up to. Alright. Alright, so we got the 650 harness out. So now I'm just going to clean up some of the mud and everything out of here, blow out some of the connectors, and then we got to lay the 850 harness in here, just start to kind of find its place here and continue on here. A little dusty, a little dusty. All right, let me grab the 650 or 850 harness rather from behind here. See what you guys got going on here first. Make sure. What's he say? What's up, Marshall? What's up? I noticed you have the aluminum valve covers. You recommend swapping the plastic ones out for those, or should I wait until? It doesn't hurt if you're gonna go in like usually when your quad's breaking in, you have to go in and readjust the valve lash. Usually a dealer does that. If you choose to do it yourself, it's a perfect time to upgrade. I think they were $35 from Mr. RPM. You could just upgrade them if you want to, just to be preventative. But yeah, the stock ones, I never had any problems with mine leaking. My buddy did with his G1 Outlander. That was actually a 500. Not sure why. I think he said he ran it hot once or twice. But that thing had some leaky valve covers. We put the aluminum ones on his, and that was the end of that. But yeah, it's not a bad upgrade. And I think if you get the kit, you can actually even get the thermostat housings too for the coolant system, which is nice because those warp also. And then one thing I got going here is from Quad Logic. I have their prototype chain tensioner in right now. That's aluminum as well. So trying to upgrade everything to aluminum so this way if she gets a little hot on us or something when we're out ripping, don't have to worry about things leaking because that would not be fun. But all right, this mess has to go into the quad, but I'm going to replace this power wire. You actually don't need this power wire in particular. I can take this out of the harness because this is for the winch, for this, like if you have the factory installed winch. I don't need that. Actually, where is the red wire I need for mine? I gotta locate that now before I do this. This garage is a hot mess. Alright, a second, I gotta find that guy. Did it go with the battery somewheres? Maybe. Or did I lay it in here? Oh, it's right here. I didn't see it. Oh no, this is that one. Where'd you go? Oh, it is still in there. Okay. Yeah, so I got the battery cable already in there for the positive that runs over to the starter solenoid. And actually that's also the junction for the main power going to everything else. But I just have to open up this fancy loom stuff here they got going. And I think underneath, do they have the regular stuff or no? No, they don't. So I got to rewrap that. That one takes a second though. Let's get some snippers. I could just use this wire for my winch, but I don't feel like having to relocate my winch and everything. All that fun jazz. So we're just going to pop this guy out. Wow, that's dusty. Everything is dusty. I have to blow out all these connectors before we plug everything in. And then probably going to dielectric grease everything as well, obviously. Right, so now let's see what we got. Tail light stuff. More stuff. A lot of electrical, digital stuff. What are you cut on here? What are you cut on? What do you want? Get out of there. All right, there we go. That's how it should be. So that's the rear, this is the front. They throw this insulation or whatever they call it back on. I'm not going to zip tie it just yet because I want to see where it ends up because I know I want it around here because it's kind of heat shielding for the motor. Man, I am inhaling a lot of dust right now, I'm not going to lie. Probably runs to right here, I guess. But we will find out shortly. Alright. This thing is dusty. Alright. I guess here goes nothing? Sure. It's actually what I'm going to do because last time I had to feed it through here because of the winch wire, but I don't need to do that now. I'm just going to keep that tucked over there. Should just have to lay this in here. Alright, so it's underneath. We gotta do everything up top first, unfortunately, so I might move you guys so you can see what we got going on. Stuff all goes back here. That's that plate there. So this looks like it's an output like that. Alright, let me get the top situated because that kind of locks everything in. Yeah, I guess I'll move you guys over here so you guys can check it out. Let me see what you guys got going in the chat here. Apologize I'm not over here all the time. Let's see, cool look into that. Yes, I noticed. Yeah, actually, I ordered it. Well, if you're in Canada, you should be able to get Mr. RPM ones. I think, like I said, they're pretty affordable, which is nice. You guys are going for a ride. I got you on a camera stand here. There we go. And let me jack you guys up here a little bit so you guys can see. There's the little doodad. There we go. And we're raising. Yeehaw. Get you guys up as high as I can. All right. I'll get you guys right in on the action here. Kind of, as close as I can, because I gotta stick my head in here. All right, so what we gotta do is, this is the main portion of the harness. This is headlights. Should be a shorter one. One's the right front, one's the left front. Here's the other one. This is this side here. That's the shorter one. There we go. Good morning. So you can actually see where this factory zip ties were, which is helpful. So I can actually see where we got to install everything. This is pre-wired for the winch, isn't it? Yes. So this is all winch stuff. So I don't have to worry about any of that. All right. Let me get this plugged into the powered steering pump real quick here. Actually, I'm just going to hang it down there because I forgot I got to blow everything out. I just got to get this into position. Let me throw the new zip ties in place. Because basically how you do it is there's little spots for the zip ties to go. And you want to install the zip tie first and kind of lay the harness in there and then tighten down the zip ties. So move the factory ones here. I gotta find my zip ties wherever they ran off to. Hello, where'd you go? Not sure where the zip ties ran off to, but I need them. I have another bag, but oh, they're there. Right in front of my face. All right. Let's check the chat real quick. Sorry if I'm not doing that enough. Let's see here. What we got? It is not fun at all, Robert. Yeah, it is. At least I've done this once before with my dad's 2018. We have the video of that on our channel if you guys want to ever check that out. That was a fun project. That was the entire quad we had to rebuild. This was nowhere near as complex, but it was always just a struggle with this thing, trying to get this thing together, because this thing has been a pain in the butt, because it's one of those like take 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of deals where you just keep going in circles nonstop, and kind of gets annoying, but we think we're heading on the right track now, because everything 2018 XMR, or 850 XMR rather, is going to be in this quad now, so it is basically going to be Seth's quad, funny enough. Actually, another funny thing, this is actually the case I had to get because I had to get a new case when I rebuilt it. That is actually from a 2021 850. So technically that is why this is called the CF850, because it stands for cluster fill in the blank, because that's what this quad has been, a big cluster F. I can't say it on YouTube. That'll get me demonetized. Alright, we gotta see how this lays. I see there's a zip tie mark there. I think there was one here too. I feel like this stuff has to move over more here, so I'm kind of going like that. This turns around and comes up here like that, so that looks like it's correct, like so. So this guy should zip tie to here. Sorry you guys can't really see too much of this. Kind of a tight spot to work. Alright, what we got here, this is all plugs for stuff. What is this for? This is for the headlights, isn't it? No, shouldn't be. This is the headlights here. What is this for? We're gonna have to figure that out in a minute here. This is all this steering wheel stuff, or handlebar stuff rather. This is the plug. That's for the ignition right there. This is for our outlet. That goes over there. Gotta figure out where everything goes here. Some stuff goes nowhere. Like there's actually some accessory plugs and stuff randomly up here. I'm just gonna plug those in now because they don't go anywhere. It doesn't matter. This is more of the winch stuff. I wonder if this is some of the factory winch stuff. Yeah, I think that's what this stuff is actually. Because I don't have those plugs. Actually, I have this plug here. Yep, that goes there, but that goes to nothing. That's for, yes, if I wanted to add a factory winch. I'm pretty sure this does the same thing. All right, so this has to go. I'm gonna start laying this out before I zip tie the rest of it down. This is coming across. This goes underneath. This is our. There's a name for these two plugs, but basically these go into the engine harness. And this is part of the problem I was having because the wires here weren't matching up with the switch and the wires down low. And yeah, so basically the 4-wheel drive didn't work, and I was like, uh-oh, that should be working, and it didn't. So get this stuff in there. This actually has to go through the plastic cover, so I have to wait for that. I kind of have to loosely fit everything till I figure out where it all lays out, because there's the big dash panel that comes up here. I think I can safely lock down the harness now in place, because this looks like she's home, at least for now. Until I decide to rip it back out of the quad again in the future. Hopefully not, because that would not be fun. Alright, here. Check the chat, see what you guys got going on here. Live chat. So funny enough, Robert, I actually do HVAC. I don't know if you saw it on my shirt. That's actually what I do for a living. I have a business with my father. So yes, I would almost rather change a heat exchanger in a furnace than this. Yeah, this is just a blast right now. Actually, no, I want to move you guys over here to the other side. Let me see if I have enough extension cord, because I have my phone plugged in. There we go. This will allow you guys to see what I got going on here. Until I have to move you guys out of my way. There you go. Should be a lot better. Scooter scratch, that's a good one. It looks like as much fun as sitting in a bathtub full of rusty scissors. I mean, that might be easier. Yeah, $54 Canadian is not too bad. It's about like 35 US. So, yeah, Robert, what do you do for? Oh, you do HVAC in St. Louis. Funny enough, I've been to St. Louis for HVAC, not for work, but actually for training. When I worked for another company for a little bit. Now I work with my father again. We have our own company here in the Hudson Valley doing oil burner service. That's oops, I'm kicking you guys. Sorry. Yeah, we kind of specialize ourselves in oil burner service because not many people know how to work on oil here in New York, and it's kind of scary, and people are blowing stuff up all the time. So we kind of took advantage of the situation, and we kind of do it ourselves and all that fun stuff. All right, what the heck do we got going here? So this plugs in here. Oh, I think FedEx. Oh, Amazon's here, and they're lost. You guys ever notice that like Amazon just like is just a pain in the butt? They never put packages in the right areas or anything. So with these plugs here, I got to look at the wiring diagram from the factory, because unfortunately what they did is they made it this way. There's like 4 plugs here that all look exactly the same, and I think they will all technically fit. Let me see here. Yes, so they're basically the same plugs here, so I gotta look up the wiring harness. This one should be this guy here. It should be. Let me see if there's, yeah, because it's the only one that's a female to male. Make sure we don't have any dirt in there. Nope. Oh, you little devil. Why don't you go in there? There it goes. All right. Put that in. Oops, this is underneath this on the other side of it, because this goes up top to here. This goes underneath to, where's this here? This is the dash. I need this up top. This is for our instrument cluster. You go up there. Yeah, this is for the winch, I'm pretty positive. This little plug here. I'm just gonna zip tie that in a secure spot. Once I get this plugged in, I'm gonna go ahead and put the dash, with the hold down deal in place. Let's go to the top here. Where's my other wire? There it is. That's for the key. All right, I think that's it. I just gotta look up the manual real quick and see which one's which, because unfortunately these are like exactly the same plug, and one is for the 4-wheel drive and the other one is our I'm pretty sure this one goes to the ignition switch up top. So it looks like, which actually mine's going bad, funny enough. I eventually have to change that. I'm just gonna try to rebuild it first. Let's check out the live chats and see what you guys get going on. Oh, Scooter, you're from New York? What part? And Robert's, yeah, I talked to Robert already about the HVAC. I did do gas actually, Robert, for a while when I worked for the other company. So changing a 90%er heat exchanger, I'm sure you know what that's about. Those are fun because everything's gonna come apart. The entire furnace, you're basically left with a box at the end of the day. All right, I think it's time to get the big plastic panel in, but first you gotta lay this guy over. This is like this weird rubber insulator deal that is completely caked with mud, but that's fine. Unfortunately, everything here is, for obvious reasons. Oh man. All right, so get zip tie here because I had a zip tie. I try to leave the zip ties where they came from so I can see how they connect. So this should just lay like this. These should kind of just lay like that. Harness comes through like this. I think that's kind of all it does. There you go. Nothing too fancy here. Let me get this zip tie going here. This one should be fun to wrap because it goes through the frame. So I think I'm probably go through the bottom here, probably easiest. It looks like it comes through the back. Is that how they did there? Yes, through the back, then through the top. All right. Just copying whatever the factory did, basically. I really hope this solves my 4-wheel drive not working because kind of need that with what Seth and I do. Although the 850 power might be, it will do quite a bit in 2-wheel drive. Seth tries to all the time to show up the 650, but not anymore. I'm coming for him. There's no competition, but there's competition for me. Check out the chat real quick. We got 9 people hanging out. Awesome. North of Utica. I actually been up there for what did I go to Utica for? We went up there. We kind of rode up by Syracuse before. We had rode up actually with a subscriber. Alex, I'm actually editing that video tonight some more. It's been a heck of a time putting that video together because it's a very long video, but I'm hoping to have it out by next Monday because we usually try to post on Mondays. That's kind of how it kind of worked out. Robert's talking about backs. Yeah, man, that's just about what I do. Mini splits, gas, electric, all that fun stuff. Oh yeah, oh yeah. If you've had it down to the to just the cabinet before, you've been deep in there as well. All right, I think everything here is ready to go for the plastic piece. I'm actually gonna put the headlight stuff up here for now because I'm gonna get the dash piece in here and lined up because it kind of has to slide under. There's 2 tabs here that slide under. And then, oh, actually, hang on. I got to look up the factory manual. And I'm live on, what do you call it? YouTube. So I got to see if I can do this without disturbing you guys. I don't know if this is going to work. I hope it does. Hopefully it will. All right. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Come on. Did I lose you guys? Nope. We're still there. So basically a bunch of white wires here is the seeing which this one's got multicolors. This has a lot of whites. Yeah, white, black, white, blue. Yep. So this one's going to our 4-wheel drive switch here. we go. And this one's going into our ignition switch. Let me blow it out now because that one looks a little nasty. These guys just clip kind of onto the, like a little tree here, where everything goes. All right, now we're ready for the big dash panel here. Hopefully I'll have this thing running for you guys in a little bit, because there's not, I just basically have to connect all the wires in the back, and should be good to go. Let me dump the mud out of this, jeez Louise. Everything is just caked with mud. Turns out that happens when you play in the mud a lot. All right, so this is where it gets interesting. I have to try to snake this through here. Couldn't completely take off the front because don't feel like having to bleed the red system again, coolant system. Not that it's very hard, but I just would prefer not to have to do that again. Go. We're getting somewhere here. This clips in here. Get this out of my way. All right, we officially have 850 harness in place. At least up top here. Let me get this stuff plugged in. Here's the key. These are the headlights. What is this? This is not the key, what are you? Oh, that's the other plug for that, okay. Alright, so this goes to there. Oh, this is for the fan, okay. I was like, what the heck is that for? Good enough for the girls we date. Let's see here. There we go. Making some progress here. This is our dash panel, so this has to come up to here. This is our plug. Pretty sure red was on the bottom, black was on top. Let me check it out. I took a picture. There are certain things I took pictures of just to make sure I didn't lose track of them here. So apologies. Let's go in, got the chat, see what you guys got going on. Yeah, I gotta say, giving the machines a deep cleaning is a pain in the butt. Because, I mean, I've tore my quad down to basically this point where you have the rear plastics off, a lot of the front stuff off, and it's still hard to get every nook and cranny, but it's a good thing to do. Like, I try to do a really deep cleaning like once a year if I can, so this way I can inspect to see if I got any frayed wires starting, because all it takes is some mud to get into those deals, and well, you know what happens with mud and wires and all that fun stuff. So not a fun time, but I'd rather find something like that now than if I'm all the way down south or something like that, or up at a mud park or anything like that, and unfortunately have to come home early. Let's see here. Come on, buddy. Gotta make sure we got all of our snorkels up here. Gotta zip tie all that stuff back up. There we go. Come on. There she is. All right, this is all in business now. Not making bad timing here. I just gotta go ahead, this gets clipped here. One of these slots, I don't think it matters which one. And then there's a zip tie here. Should be able to actually see where it was zip tied. Let me run this underneath first, actually, that'll tell me. a bit of length. Let's see here. All right, I'm just gonna kind of loosely lay this stuff for now because I got to come back up in here. This is the not as important stuff, so it's not a huge deal. I got the headlights and stuff working right now, but mostly just want to test and make sure my four-wheel drive works because we need that. Turns out, it should be that. Gauge cluster, everything here is plugged in except for the factory winch wiring. All right, I think I'm gonna move over to this side now. Actually, maybe pull my snorkel or my vent tubes up rather. Get them all back up top. I pulled them out of the way before. Let's see here. Put the harness up in here now. And I have to reconnect the actual PCV oil vent, technically, whatever you want to call it. Those things, I gotta get them going here again. Or just that guy goes to the airbox. And once I get all this stuff plugged up, it's just a matter of time. So I can connect the battery and see if it actually works now. I actually don't have to connect the rear taillights or anything. I want to test fire it first before we go crazy. No sense in going all the way if we gotta pull something back apart or whatever. So I'll just get to sit tied up here. All right, let me bring you guys back around here. We're gonna connect everything over here, and then actually I just have one connection that you guys are in the way for. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that guy real quick underneath the fender here. Let me check out the chat. Previous owner didn't wash too often. Yeah, that happens. Not gonna lie, when I went to go look at, so before I actually bought this quad, it was during COVID, and I actually went and looked at a 850 XMR, the same one Seth has, and the same one this motor's out of actually, and I walked away from it because of how badly it was treated. So, I mean, mine's no better now, but I was new to Can-Ams. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, so I wanted to start fresh, and couldn't get any 850s at the time. I know the 650s were great quads, so I jumped into that, and it's been great. I actually still really love my 850, but as far as we're pushing these things now, just need a little bit more juice to get things done. So this is the diagnostic port. I gotta take all this stuff off here and transfer it to my plate. All the ground should be here. There they are. Oh, you zip tied it. Look at that. How helpful. Oh, I don't need this wire because this is snips. We're actually getting closer. This is not my snips. They're there. Why didn't you guys tell me they were over here? Come on now, guys. I wish I could actually hear you guys. It'd be so much easier. Oh, that's gone forever. So that over there goes with that. Let's see here. What did he snip? No. What do they got going here? I might just transfer this plate over because some questionable stuff. This is the brake lights. Yeah, I love when there's questionable things going on here. I think I'm gonna zip tie the harness now too. Let me see what we got here. Or maybe I did slide this off the other one. This slides on here, like so. Kind of a dead end plug, not sure for what. Probably an accessory. Then we got the brake lights. I don't even care if that stuff works. I just need the quad to run and four-wheel drive to work. We have all of our grounds here. And this guy actually is just another dead end thing. Let's see. There we go. This has to go along the frame rail kind of up this way, so actually shoot, I should rotate that like that. And then these plugs are for what? This is the starter and the main power wire actually. And so that goes like that. All right. This main ground like that, so it makes more sense. Actually, no, it makes more sense to go the other way because it has to stay close to that side for the other stuff. Let's see, we get this main ground connected here. Main frame ground. Grab the impact here. Alright. That comes up to here and plugs in like that. Alright, and get this zip tied here. Try to see if I can get it tighter. This thing is dusty. Give me a second to see what's going on. Orientation lock. Make sure I didn't call for work. All right, back to work here. Let's see, we just gotta get this finished up here. Might as well snip these now. Alright. Gotta get these zip ties here that go behind this little plate here. There are longer ones, which I gotta get. Gotta get the long boys. Let me just see, check my text messages, see if my dad has any. Cool. Yes, I had to change the ECU out to an 851. Technically, I could have ran a 651 and just had it flashed to the 850. I don't know if I would have run into the same problem. Luckily enough, I had this harness already, which is at least the nice part. Actually, I think my dad's home now. Sounds like it. Actually, maybe not. Sounds like FedEx or somebody. It is FedEx. Always getting deliveries around here. They always leave it the wrong door. Have you ever noticed that like FedEx and all these other people leave the stuff at the wrong door? Left it at my tenant house. That's fine. PCB lines back on. I'm gonna reinstall the shifter here. Got the nice shifter plate from Quad Logic. I gotta find the screws for that real quick. Then I just gotta run these. This is my wrench. Get that all in place. I can plug the power steering in down here now. Blow that out real quick because it's all dusty. There's one stiff plug. All right, let me see if I can get that a little better. Check out the chat, see what you guys got going on. Same stuff. Got 8 people hanging out. Cool. Appreciate it, guys. So I figure I'd just do this real quick while I'm doing this whole deal because maybe you guys had some questions about doing it and might have some answers for you. But so far it's going pretty good. Smoother than I thought. Everything's basically plugged in up front except for the headlights and connectors into the wiring harness on the other side for the engine and ECU, but right now we're doing pretty good. I get the bolts for the shifter here. Get this guy together because this helps hold the wires up. Torquing to spec. Forgot, the shifter's not connected. Check and slow that guy down. Let's see here. So I'll run my thread lines up and get a big zip tie, get this all together. Where my zip ties go? I'm going to use, I guess I'll use this. Come on, buddy. Get in there. Sometimes you got to talk to it a little bit. All for me to find out this zip tie is probably too short. Oh, no, it might just be long enough. Just. Trying to use these zip ties up because I have had these forever and they're weird size. They're not the normal width ones, whatever they are, 1/4 inch, I don't even know. So they look like these are more like 1/8 inch, don't know. Alright, I can strap all this in. We're getting close here. Hearing it run again and hoping to God the 4-wheel drive actually works now. I really hope it does and that this wasn't just a waste of time. It should. Keyword should. Nothing looks like it's gonna fray. That looks good. All right, let me keep moving back here. All right, so this is the winch line. This stuff's all plugged up. Let's get the fuel pump hooked up here. Let me kind of just lay this out just to get this out of my way. Line for the stator. Plug that in now. All right. This guy, I think, runs it through here. On here. I'll do it the opposite way. Alright, disconnected. Alrighty. So I'll get zip tied right there. This is the accessory plug. This comes up and over like this. And this is our left rear harness. This just clips the frame down here. I actually just left one there, but just need to keep this in a safe spot because I don't really use this for anything. I don't want to get hit because that's got voltage going to it. There. Put these in a safe spot on the bench. Yep, that's definitely not safe. That's fine though. This goes over the frame. This goes under here. So this will go like this. This tucks down. Let's see. I think this comes over here with this. Yes, it does. So it bundles together. Fuel pump plugged in. So this goes around like this with the rest of the stuff here. Might throw a zip tie around that, even though I didn't see one. We're close here. Get this one up here. Alright, so now you just gotta connect in this and plug over there, and fingers crossed. Let me check the chat here. See who's hanging it. That is what she said. And I'm getting a CVTech for my 650 because of your video. Thanks. No problem, Jay. Yeah, the CVTech's actually great for the 650. I went to the STM clutches. So if you guys haven't seen online or anything like that, the reason I bought this motor, I bought like a lot of stuff as a package. Basically, the guy was parting it out. He blew the motor, so he's parting out the quad. I got the motor, the transmission, and the STM clutch for I think $1,500. So basically, I got the I paid for the transmission and the clutch, and got the motor for free. So I put the STM on here because this CVTech is going to stick with the 650 motor engine, and then the what else was there? Then I got the rad relocate kit off of the 850, and that's actually the one that ended up on the 500 on the channel. And what else did we have that I got off of that? I think that was basically it. I got that's where Seth got his snorkels from actually, because some of you guys saw that he upgraded to the same snorkels that I had. He actually got those off of that quad along with the handlebars because his 650's handlebars were bent, so we grabbed those. And just some miscellaneous other stuff like the tow hitch for my dad's quad. That was bent when that quad got wrecked, so I never got a chance to replace it, and he just kind of threw it in with some parts, so wasn't going to say no to that. But alright, it's time to go ahead and get this tray in here. This is my most fun part of this job. Darn tray, because of how zip ties get run in here. So so. Should be able to click this thing over here in a minute and hear her come to life. Again, she ran before, but that's kind of the funny part. Everything ran perfectly fine except the four-wheel drive. That's like the only thing that must have changed between the harnesses for whatever reason Can-Am, but that's fine. We'll get this all transferred over and it'll be good to go. Alright, getting the little covers on, getting the plugs for the solenoid on. That is at least the nice part, is everything lines up good. It's the same chassis, but everything kind of lines up where it goes, so I didn't have to take many pictures except for a few for a couple things, but for the most part, it's all just kind of plug and play. Ooh, hello. So I mentioned that I hate this wiring this tray. These things are annoying. There's that one. I'll get the rest of them here. This one, does this one get tied to here? I think it does. It feels like it does, at least. Come on, buddy. Get in here. There we go. Great. And then we got the positive for the winch here. This guy is kind of lays in here. And then I need my negative cable for the battery. Where are you at, buddy? There it is. Have I ever mentioned how fun this is? It's like so tight and everything here. I know that's what she said. I know what you're gonna say, guys. Alright. Then this cable, I don't know why I did it this way, but this is how I put it in. Kind of goes, loops around, comes back to here. Like that, ends up right there. Alright. Kind of just put the battery in it real quick here. Kick it on. They plug the switch, or the plugs in underneath. I don't have the other things in just yet, but like there's these little clips that go in underneath. We're not going to do that just yet here. Just want to make sure that we work. Alright, we're plugged in. Only thing not connected is the lights. That's fine for now. Alright, battery is over yonder here. So I'm just going to throw it in here. See if we have sparks flying. Hopefully not. Can't fire it up technically because I get everything else hooked up. Good morning, that scared the crap out of me. Forgot this thing doesn't stay on. For some reason that negative cable does not want to come through all the way. There it is. It's a little convincing. Oh, stop. Gotta fix the clip on my drill here. All right. Let's see here. You guys ready? Okay. Got power. I heard 4-wheel drive. We have 4-wheel drive. It works. Most importantly, does it start? Good. Woo. All right. We have 4-wheel drive again. Thank God. What a relief. All right. Hey, I just gotta button things up now. I just gotta put the plastics back on. Finish up putting that all back together up front. Get everything with the snorkel kit back together. Gotta put the front bumper back on because I took that off. And check out the chat and see here. Yes, we all need a bigger shop. Oh, the heat's kicking on. Ah, thank God. Everything works good. We go ahead and slip some tag-ins. I knew it was going to work, but there's that question. Alright. Let's see here. I got to reconnect to the shifter linkage. Gotta get the piece off the other harness from this, the little protector plug deal here. Diagnostics. Here, what else we got? Spire. This zip tie on. This can get zip tied up in here. So, then I gotta figure out that whole entire front end. Let's go back together, which is going to be a great time. Let's see here. Isn't that really nice here? This tray, rather. This is a pain in the butt. Try to get everything hooked back up. Get all this hooked up, I can go back to the front end, everything finished up there. Then I can take this thing for a ride again. Hopefully the front drive actually works. Looks like it's going to. That one. Can't believe I had to redo all this stuff because of the harness just being ever so slightly different, but it is what it is, no biggie. Caught it now before I went on the first ride and realized I had no four-wheel drive, so that would have really sucked. Having a quad completely caged, not being able to work with it. Oh, I put the zip tie in backwards. Night. Hate that. There's like no room to work here. People say that the canyons are hard to work on. They're not that bad, it's just, yeah, everything is a little tight. You just gotta understand them a little bit, that's all. Just like anything else. To be honest, it's no harder than working on a Polaris, a Honda. The Honda's easier, I'm not gonna lie. Polaris can be a little bit tricky, especially on the 850s and bigger CC stuff. Especially changing that belt. The belt is in a weird spot with Polaris's. Here. Alright. I think we're finally gonna get this quad back together here. I can actually ride it. Rode it the other night a little bit just to try to test everything out, make sure everything was working good and broken in, and that's when kind of the front drive didn't work. So hopefully this test drive will go a lot smoother now. I didn't know how this works. I actually had to replace my negative tube for my winch. I'm a little afraid there. wires clear, everything good. Alright. We just finished running that wire over for the rear brake light. Let me check, see what you guys are up to. Got 8 people still hanging out. Thank you guys. Live 72 minutes, jeez. Seth won't be dominating anymore. He wants to have a match, of course, right away, but I'm going to be easy on her at first because I did just build this motor and I don't want to blow it up right away. I'm not going to lie. And it's still very untested. And it was my first K&M motor, so we're going to find out and see how good I did. So far, everything's sounding great, and it's got plenty of juice so far, it seems like. It feels like it's S850. Exactly, basically his quad at this point, especially with the wiring harness. Done for now. I just gotta connect the other brake light when I get the fender on. There she is. This guy in here. That. Time to go back up front and do all this crap here. This is going to be joist. So I have to try to see what do we got to do first. Actually, this has to be run somewhere. So I think this just kind of pans out here and goes like this. Exactly what it does. Alright, we got to go underneath and connect up the headlights, run the wire back so I can figure out where these zip tie. And then I just got to add those white clip things here to the power steering. So make sure it's on there all the way. It feels like it is. I guess I'll find out if I try to put this clip in. Doesn't feel like it's seated all the way. Might have to actually literally take a hammer and just tap it with a screwdriver or something. This on the ends. Gotta make sure this is in all the way. Don't want to be losing power steering. That's for sure. I can tell it's not locked in all the way because that doesn't want to lock. And try not to destroy this plug here. Thing does not want to go on there. Everything's greased and looks good. Just a tight squeeze, I guess. Oh, I did hear feel a clip that time. Okay. Yeah, so I'm pushing it good enough before. Can't see. That's probably because this is the wrong plug, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Things not want to go on there. There it goes. All right, just gotta do the ones on the other side now. Actually, let me do the headlight one over here. All right, we got this pulled here. These bolts get zip tied up. What's scary to think is the Can-Ams are kind of held together with a lot of zip ties. Not gonna lie. My lifter, I am running a 850 ECU. Yeah, I'm actually running the 850 ECU, the harness, everything at this point. I luckily enough bought everything because it is slightly different, I found out. Got the key and everything from it, the gauge cluster, basically everything. Unfortunately, but luckily enough I did buy all that stuff because if I didn't, I would have been screwed trying to do this swap. Maybe not screwed, but I would have had a lot more fun doing this. Wires all tucked up here, the lights, so they're not hanging down in the mud. Hopefully not, at least. That. There we go. Circle up here. The circle. Got a zip tie that underneath here. Yeah, my lifter actually, if you're still there, this actually ECU is tuned by RVS, I believe they are, is the company name. So it was actually, he already had a tune on this. I was able to find it out because when I was, on the ECU itself, there's actually a tag that says stage 2, which is this actually fun enough exhaust, and then it's basically a simple tune, nothing crazy. They do raise rev limiters, which is nice, and any torque limiters they delete on, and all that fun stuff. So far it does feel like a pretty good tune. We're gonna have to find out here as time goes on. All right, let me bring you guys over on the other side because it'll probably be easier to see as I put the dash back together here. Let me check to see what you guys are up to in the chat. Yeah, the cryptids on your 1000. Cryptids are good. I like the cryptids actually. For super nasty stuff, obviously they're not great, but for all round riding, they're pretty decent. I think they are a 6-ply as well, which anything 6-ply is going to ride a little bit smoother than most mud tires. That's part of the reason why I like my Moto Havocs here. All right, let's get you guys. I had to set you guys up back here, out of the way a little bit so I can walk around. There you go. Get the light out of your face. There you go. All right, let's see here. I gotta get underneath and continue plugging stuff in. This stuff is basically all good to go. I just had to add the clip to this. Actually, it is already. There she is. Need more zip ties, of course. The name of the game with this thing. This is all back together. I can throw the other fender back on again. And the front bumper's got to go on so I can get the rad relocates all situated. Alright. The wire is all tied up here for the headlights, so my tires don't catch on them. That is one common problem with the Outlanders. I don't think the Renegades are the same thing, probably, I'm gonna guess, but not a big deal. Nothing some zip ties can't fix. Actually, I think if my looker's still in the chat, I believe he actually designed some block-off plates for those guys not running front headlights. So if you guys want to check those out, I think he's got his website. I think it's like My Looker Garage or something. Let's see if he's still in the chat here, hanging out. I don't see him right now. Let's see. Gotta zip tie this guy. This is a fan. Where does that plug into? Oh, I think it's underneath, right? Yeah, it's hanging down here. Plug that in. I've almost gone through a whole bag of like 100 zip ties. In this thing. Fan's gotta get plugged in here. Yeah. Alright, now I push the rad back up kind of into place here. Kind of, sort of, kind of. Just make sure I got everything in place. Alright, I gotta find the 850 fuse box cover. I think this is it here, because that's the one over there. It's different, which is why I gotta make sure the cover is this one. The glove is got caught in there. Why aren't you clipping in? Might have to run the other cover. Okay. Can't have leaks in that guy. That'll not be a good day. Wasn't the most ideal way to do this, but this is what I had to do to get this done. Alright, that just slides in. There we go. Did something. Take them out over here though, don't I? Yep. Seems to be locked in good, but this side's not playing nicely. Yeah, I'm not locking up. This big clip on the front here, that's always a pain. Doesn't help that I'm trying to do this with the radiator laying on the top. There she goes. I think it's still not in for sure, is it? How the heck do I keep missing that? I think it's in actually. Yeah. Yeah, she's in. Alright. Go ahead and get the bumper now. Oh, there it goes, just fully seated. Alright, bumper time. Whew. Get my workout in today, guys. So do this, throw the dash back on, rear fender back on, and I can go for a test drive. Again. There she is. Alright. Starting to look like a quad again here. Let me see what we got going on in the chat. It's been like 2 hours, I think. So 90 minutes, so an hour and a half. And not much going on in the chat. Still 8 people chilling and hanging out. Thank you guys for sticking it out with me as I struggle. So I usually do with this is I put the rad in first and then I tighten it to the frame, so this way everything lines up better, because there's a little bit of wiggle room to rotate here. Just kind of install it all loosely. Actually, get the other side started. So I should do. doesn't help that I just threw all these into one bucket. So I gotta search for parts. Luckily, I know where most of them go. Most of them. At least what sizes belong where. There's the other bolt. I was looking for it, didn't see it in there, so I figured I left it here. I don't even know where my sparkle's on the ground there. Gotta get that all hooked up. And then just to wear plastic after this. I'm not gonna bolt the bumper down just yet. Should be okay just to rip it down the driveway a few times. Actually, I could put the bumper on, doesn't matter. Might as well knock it out now. Was not expecting to have to change this whole harness out, but at least we're up and running here. Everything's good. Should be good. We're gonna take it down the driveway here in a few and make sure that everything is checking out good. These gloves have just completely gone away. Yeah, a drink or something. I am parched right now. It's clipped up here somehow. Darn rubber piece. Sure. All right, let me just get the bumper bolts back in real quick. Should take 1 minute. Alright, just gotta throw the rest of the bolts back in for the bumper, then we'll move on to the dash. That's the next fun part. I'm gonna leave that loose for a minute. Let me put the actual bolts in because these can be hard to get in. Just a tad bit. Just no room for your hand. Can't even decide to hide the bolts down here. Oh, well, guys, got some of you guys here. How do you guys feel about the new 700 and was it 500 or something? I don't even know what the heck the other one was. the new XMR models and everything. Let me know what you guys think about those. I'm not gonna lie, as long as the price is good enough, I haven't actually looked at the prices yet. I could see them trying to compete with the Polaris CF Moto market a little bit more, which makes sense on their part. I'm not gonna lie. They're trying to get more people to swap over to Can-Am, which is no big deal. But will it hurt the company? I'm not sure yet. I think it's gonna hurt them if they decide to keep the main big machines. If they decide to change up the body style to the same thing, then it's, yeah, I don't know. Because I was just talking to Seth the other day, I was just like, oh, if they release a G3, I might want to grab one eventually, but not liking the look of the of the new one just yet. Doesn't look bad, but might grow on me, who knows. Oh, certain things can grow on you. Grab this one was a little bit of a pain to get in. Give her a little love tap. All right. Last but not least, 2 millimeters. Come over and check on you guys real quick. You guys are here for moral support. Thanks. I need it. More for sanity support than anything. Let's see. The prices are pretty good. Hey, Dad's here. Yeah, the LED lights look pretty good. Yes, we're swapping it to an 850. We already did actually, but we're just doing the wiring harness now. Live on Facebook. Got the new harness in. Works now.
Is it?
Yep. Thankfully.
Good thing you grabbed all that other stuff.
Yeah, it was a good thing I grabbed it. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have been able to flash this or my other ECU to the 850 or what I would have had to do.
How's it running overall though?
Pretty good. I haven't leaned on it too far yet because I'm just waiting for the motor to kind of.
Where you get that motor at, Marshall?
Down back in the shipping container for
I
now.
got fog and oil in there. You should put fog and oil in it.
It's going to be going in soon, so.
To what?
Melissa's.
Oh.
Not soon, but.
You're going to get into another thing now. You're going to change wire harness and stuff.
I already know. That's why I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the whole 2020 harness is going into the 500. It's going to be the easiest thing to do. And then everything should work. Keyword should. Darn thing does not want to stay on there. There's so much dirt and mud on the ground. To these bolts, which are the fun ones. That ain't going nowheres. Famous last words, right? I still gotta hook my winch hook back up. Actually, my winch should work, right? Let's see. Yeah. So one thing I did actually, I don't know if you guys know this, I had my winch wired directly to power. This way, if I ever swamp my quad, unfortunately, I can just, what do you call it, winch it out, especially if you're by yourself or something. Don't have anybody else to winch you. I think the factory one is wired a little bit differently, and you gotta have ignition on or something weird. But yeah, I'd rather have winch 24-hour access. Okay. Got mad dust in my eyes here. Alright, time for the snorkels to go back on. Sorry, I just realized this is blinding you guys. I don't want me to put it on. I'm not using it. More dust and crap falling. Perfect. Done. I gotta get the. Where is it? Should be an 8mm wrench. I think this is him. Let me lower the quad down real quick here. I kind of have to sit on it. That's fine. Alright. This is where it gets a little bit tricky because my snorkel setup on here. Actually, shoot, where did my... Oh, there it is. Let's say I have a hose clamp that went missing. Alright, gauge closer out. I need this hose clamp here. So how I made this, I have to kind of set this down on to everything. I can connect up the, whatever this is, I don't know if it's exhaust, I think this is the intake for the CVT. Yeah, because it's covered in mud. And connect this guy first, and then I have to kind of slide the air intake down onto the snorkel for that. It's a little bit of a process, I'm not going to lie, but it works. The main reason I have snorkels on my quad, I really don't like going deep. I like this mostly playing in the mud, but just in case I go somewhere and it ends up being deep, and you didn't know it was going to be deep, this extra security helps. Actually, I gotta grab a zip tie real quick, just to zip tie up the vent lines here. Just go around this guy. Up, so this way they're good. Now this is the tricky part. I gotta try to line this up and set it down. It's actually not too bad because the tubing's been in that position for so long. Yep, I should slid right in. That's good. Definitely a different. A little different how I had to make this all work here, but easiest way I found to remove it and install it. It's not stupid if it works, right? Make sure that's not going nowhere. If I'm that deep, usually it's already a little hairy because it's not much higher than the stock one when you think about it. My air intake's only what, the stock one's down here, so maybe 8 inches, 10 inches above, something like that. So not much higher than stock, but I can at least see them versus stock, so I can see if she's gonna start drinking some water or not. Dash piece here. Alright, that's all in. Good to go. Now I need the other piece that goes on here. And got caught. My side plastics actually help hold this, so usually it's not this floppy. It's floppy right now. So it gets tightened down. Alright. Alright, that's all good. Now I guess I just have to get the rear plastics back on real quick and then go for a test drive. I can test drive it like this, but I don't feel like getting covered in mud. It's kind of nasty out right now. In the pile of soon to be 650 parts. Good. All right, starting to look like a quad here again. Hopefully you guys can see all this. Let's see who we got. There you go, man. Drink some coffee for me, Annex Off-Road. I could use some right now. I've been going for the last, says 109 minutes, so what is that? I don't even know if that's, is that 2 hours? Technically? Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. My snorkel stand about 6 inches over my handlebars. Nice. Yep, that's about how deep we go. It's a little bit over the fenders. My dad's quad is actually doing good. Just haven't seen it on the channel much. We haven't put many miles on it because, well, he just doesn't get a chance to ride, unfortunately. But we're actually possibly going to be going up to the club by Albany we go to sometimes on the channel. I'm not going to do any mudding, but I just want to do a break-in ride on this, just to make sure everything looks good, and just ride some trails, have a good time with the family. And then, if everything looks good there, all my oil leaks are good, I actually might even leave the side panels off. I might do that so I can keep looking and checking over things. As long as everything looks good with that, then this thing's ready to put into some water, and we should be good to go. All right, let me stick fender back on here. It's a big puzzle piece at this point. Try not to get dirt in the gas tank. Would be a good goal, which is harder than it looks. This bumper makes it a little bit difficult. Not taking it off, but it saves a lot of time not taking it off. There we go. There she is. She's home. That's the side of there. There we go. Almost ready for a test drive again.
Huh?
Almost ready for a test drive again, with hopefully 4-wheel drive this time. Hopefully. They were asking about your quad. Did you want to? Do you think we'll have time this weekend to go up?
About my quad?
They were. The people behind the camera. Can't see them physically, but they're there.
Why would they say about my quad?
They're asking about it. They haven't seen it in a while. Told me to ride sometimes, but haven't had a chance with work and stuff. But yeah, he's got his other dirt eater. He said over here. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know that. We actually raced Northeaster Modifieds. We've done it a few times on the channel. I might, now that we have some more subscribers, maybe I'll bring it back if you guys want to see that. Basically, we just go dirt track racing. We're doing over, usually at the end of the street, we're hitting about 110, 120, depending on the track. And you're coming in wide open throttle, which is fun. Let's see here. I need one more bolt to hold that back by the This is a tricky bolt right here. There's a little bolt right underneath, behind, kind of in by the taillights here. That's like impossible to get to. The other side's easy, it's just over by the exhaust, but this side's a little bit of fun. I will say that's the one thing I like about, my buddy's got a G1 Outlander, and the plastics on that thing are so easy to take on, or put on and take off and everything. There she is. Get it here. Supposed to go for a ride. Alright. Taillights on. Plugged in. Now I need the tray piece. Up under the rack. These can be tricky to get off the first time. Usually the tab breaks. If you ever break yours, don't worry, it doesn't really do much. It's supposed to help hold the trunk up, but I haven't had any problems with mine holding up.
Marshall, there's a package on the front porch here.
Okay.
But it looks like oil or something coming out of it.
Oil?
Yeah, it looks like something oily. And
oh, great. That's probably, girls probably ordered some kind of shampoo or some crap. There she is.
hopefully over the weekend I'll get this squared away here.
I was telling them if they want to see that go on the channel again.
Well, it's going to be coming out soon. I'm almost there.
Talking about the race car behind you guys. Actually, I'll turn them around so they can see what they're talking about. Some of you guys may have seen this before on the channel. I'll let you guys check that out for a minute.
Yeah, we did some upgrades. This is
Yeah.
what you call it, short rod setup.
And you got short rod on it, coilovers.
Left side panhard. The shocks aren't on it yet, but you can see went through the whole rear. And we also upgraded, if you, I don't know if you can see this, we got a new Burt transmission, Gen 1 in.
The drive shaft.
That came with a remote shifter and clutch assembly.
Usually you have to shift between your legs, which is not fun.
Can't reach it, even with my long arms.
Yep. And once you're strapped in, you can't reach between your legs really to hit the shifter, so that brings everything up. And then new drive shaft because I kind of destroyed the other one by accident. And yeah, it's basically, it's almost ready to go. We're actually going to go over and get some updates done to it. We got to get the front nose actually on it raised. So this way, because now we're on coilovers and short rod, this thing's going to be tilting up like crazy and you don't want the front end to dig into the track. So.
Because usually when that happens, you go flippity flip.
Not always, but yeah, there's a slight chance and possibility that happens. Yeah, not fun.
Well, with the setup the way it's going to be, I don't know.
You haven't tried it yet. It's not that bad.
Oh, well, we'll figure it out. So,
It's fun.
anyway, we'll be in good shape this year. We're ahead of the game already. At least getting this much done. So, I mean, we got a little bit of a mess here going, but over the weekend,
We got a heck of a mess going.
we'll clean all this stuff up and get everything out of the way so I can get back underneath the hair.
It's mostly my mess, I'm not gonna lie, because the squad's been in here for a week.
Yeah, Mr. Jones here, he loves making a mess for me.
That's my job.
It used to be my garage.
Well, if we had a bigger garage, that'd be nice, but
Yeah, my next life maybe.
next life. It's only a 20 by 20 garage. You should have seen when we used to have my race car in here when when we had two cars, and it used to get so tight in here you couldn't hardly work on the two.
We did it.
I don't know how we did it, but we did it.
Yeah, the funny thing, this was never the plan. This stuff was never in the plan years ago. This all just kind of happened. That happened because somebody owed me some money. And I had to take a car instead of payment.
Hey,
But-
you gotta do what you gotta do.
It was okay. It was
painful.
okay though. We used to go. I used to bring Marshall and his older brother to the races, on Saturday nights, and it was.
I never
almost,
thought I'd be out there racing and doing it.
I always thought it'd be one of my bucket list things to do. I used to sit there and you smell the fuel and everything, go, yeah, that smells good. And well, I would love to try one of them just once, and I did get the opportunity finally. So it's been good. I'll probably be more part-time this year. I'll take it out for a few times, but I'll let the MJ here do most of the wheeling and dealing out there.
More like wheeling and wrecking, but that's fine.
I don't know. It all depends on how I feel and how the car handles. I mean, I didn't get a chance to run it last year. Marshall had it on the coilover, and they said a total difference. And the only thing that we had happen is that we had
an old bushing underneath.
A bushing underneath brake, and it came up, and the hind was hitting
Show the part back there, Dad.
Up on the drive shaft. Hold on, I'll give it. You'll see.
Wait till you see what I did to this. I felt the vibration towards the end of the night, and I was like, hey, you know, it's fine. Vibration.
This little critter right here.
It's not supposed to look like that.
No, it used to be this long. And all this, so you can see it ground down. You can see the spline still in from the gear. But, you know, you couldn't hear it. You couldn't feel it. Nothing. He said something was shaking a little bit.
Well, I felt the vibration, but it wasn't like anything severe. So I was just like, all right, I'm going to keep going.
I told him it was all horsepower.
Yeah. Actually, so our class doesn't make a ton of horsepower.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
here we go. I have an example. There you go. that's what happened. So it was doing some grinding.
Different. All right, this is the biggest pain I'm about to get on the rack here. This thing never likes to line up for no reason.
Well, this spring and summer, definitely going to get my quad out. And maybe I think Marshall's put more miles on it than I had, just driving around a yard using it for towing his cart and his parts around. But we're going to take some Sundays and probably hit Albany. Go up there for a day or so.
Yep, it's a fun club up there. Got some mud, got really nice smooth trails compared to what we have at the house here. Which Dad's not used to. He's used to the rocky trails we have going on. That's part of the reason why I put Elkos on my quad, because
I'll tell you what, this is quite the deal compared to where we started back in the day. I built Marshall's first go-kart from a lawnmower. I had roll cage on it and everything. And,
actually,
that was like the beginning.
We still have those videos on VHS. Maybe I'll convert them one day for you guys. And
you'd have to see. It's hysterical.
Right, so I actually have a video. I used to have a Scrambler 90. I used to ride.
Oh, racing. Let it go leg. Marshall and Robert racing the minis.
It's the race quads.
Yep. And it just progressed from there. Everything got bigger and bigger and bigger.
A lot bigger. Now it's on an 850, and it's ridiculous.
It's okay. You know, listen, we don't have to depend on anybody. Honestly, I mean, whatever it is, we just take care of it and do it. You know, whatever we don't know, we figure it out. So,
well, guys, I'm going to let you guys run because I'm actually going to go for a ride in this thing. Four-wheel drive works now, hopefully. I think I've been live for 2 hours now. It took me basically 2 hours to swap the whole harness out. 2.5 actually, because I spent a half hour before I went live.
Before I forget, while you're talking about things to do,
what?
There's an oil tank sitting outside that needs to be kind of like cleaned up.
I'm too clean for that.
Nope.
All right, guys.
I have some things to do.
See you later. Catch you next time, guys. All right. Let me just check out the chat real quick. Yeah, we'll go head to head against your 570. Let's go, man. All for good fun. Did you leave the heat shield? Yeah, I have the heat shield off right now. Actually, let me just turn my camera on. I'll talk to you guys for a minute before I go for a ride. Let me turn myself around. Oh, I know I'm orientation lock. Okay. Oh, this is awkward. Now I gotta hold it like this. Yeah, it works. My camera is so dirty. I apologize. Let's see here. Yeah, I left the heat shield off for now just so I can watch for any oil leaks and stuff. Just to make sure we're good to go. You don't want to leave it off because the 850 get really hot and you'll probably melt the plastic really quick without it. He's asking about the 850 name. I think we stuck with the, we ended up sticking with the CF 850 is what we're going to call this thing, standing for cluster. I can't say the word on YouTube, but that's what it's going to stand for, so you guys know. But all right, guys, I'm going to go for a ride right now and see how she does. And probably just ride around for maybe half hour, just get some heat cycles into it, make sure everything looks good. So we'll see you guys next time. Take care.